He laughed at fate. But fate laughed louder, because his joke turned into a duel for love, honor and survival beneath two suns. Ryan was a wanderer, a traitor, and above all, a fool with a loose tongue. In the crimson deserts of Zora, where twin suns baked the sand and laughter was rare, Ryan often used humor as armor. When asked why he never took a wife, he'd grin and say, "Maybe I'll marry the ugliest creature in the galaxy. She'll never run away from me." He didn't mean it. But the desert listens. One night, as he sat by the fire in a mercenary outpost, surrounded by alien soldiers and merchants, a deep rumble of laughter shook the air. From the shadows emerged a towering figure, 4 arms, plated skin like black stone, and tusks glinting in the firelight. It was General Korthal, a legendary warrior of the Vraxian clans, known for crushing boulders and enemies alike with his bare hands. "You speak boldly, human," the general said, voice rumbling like thunder. "You claim you'd marry the ugliest? My daughter is called that among our kind. Want her? Beat me first." The entire camp fell silent. Ryan froze, unsure if it was a joke or a death sentence. Then Korthal slammed a jug of fermented sand wine on the table and grinned. "Tomorrow, sunrise. If you still breathe by dusk, you can have her." The soldiers roared with laughter. Ryan tried to laugh too, but his throat went dry. He didn't even know what a Vraxian duel meant. He thought it was a joke, but by dawn, his name would be shouted across the desert as a challenger to a legend. Morning came, painted in blood-red light. The Vraxian arena, circle carved into desert stone, was filled with hundreds of warriors and merchants. Eager for the show, Ryan stood shirtless, armed with only a sand blade and a borrowed courage he didn't quite own. Korthal arrived with his 4 arms raised high. His armor gleamed with battle scars. "If you run, human," he said, "I won't chase. But if you stand, fight with your heart." Ryan had survived raiders, storms, and starvation, but never faced something like this. His plan was simple: survive long enough to make the crowd laugh again. The duel began. Korthal struck first, an earth-shattering blow that cracked the sand where Ryan had just stood. The human rolled, ducked, and slashed desperately, only managing to nick one of Korthal's lower arms. The crowd jeered. The general laughed louder. "You fight like a sand rat," he said. "And you smell like one too," Ryan shot back. That earned him a small ripple of laughter and a larger strike to his ribs. Hours passed in bursts of sand and sweat. Ryan learned the rhythm of the giant's attacks. Every swing had a pause, a heartbeat where the 4th arm lagged behind the rest. He aimed for that weakness, slicing shallow cuts until even the great Korthal began to slow. As the twin suns dipped, Ryan stood bleeding but unbroken. He looked up defiant. "Still think I'm joking?" Korthal raised a fist and then lowered it. He let out a roar that echoed through the valley. "Enough! You did not win, but you did not fall!" The crowd expected death. Instead, they saw a legend grant mercy and perhaps something rarer, respect. That night, the feast in Ryan's honor filled the camp. Firelight danced across alien faces, and the air smelled of roasted dune serpent. But all Ryan could think about was the strange figure standing apart. From the crowd, a woman with 4 arms, her skin glimmering faintly like obsidian dust, her eyes glowing soft amber. Korthal's daughter. Her name was Sira. She didn't laugh when her father introduced Ryan. She just studied him quietly, her expression unreadable. "So you are the one who joked about marrying the ugliest," she said softly. "Tell me, am I ugly to you?" Ryan swallowed hard. "If you're ugly, then beauty's been lying to us for centuries." That made her smile, barely. She offered him a drink. "You fought my father. That means you have spirit. But know this, among my people, you don't earn a Vraxian woman with words or pity. You earn her with honor." Ryan nodded. "Then tell me what honor looks like to you." Sira looked toward the horizon, where the sands glowed faintly blue under moonlight. "It looks like someone who doesn't flinch when the world laughs at him." For the first time, Ryan realized she wasn't laughing at his joke. She was testing if he could survive beyond it. He came to win a fight, but something else was starting to win inside him, a fire he hadn't felt in years. When dawn broke again, Ryan found himself saddled with another challenge, not from Korthal, but from Sira herself. "If you wish to stand beside me," she said, "then you must slay what even warriors fear, the storm serpent of Vrax. The serpent was a myth, a lightning-scaled beast that slept beneath the dunes. It had devoured caravans, even war machines. But Rian saw no mockery in her eyes. This was a test of heart. He went with her 2 moons later across the silent dunes. She fought beside him, not as a princess, but as a warrior. Her movements were fluid, her forearms wielding twin spears and blades like extensions of her soul. Together they tracked the serpent's trail until the air itself began to hum with electricity. When the beast rose, it blotted out the stars, a colossal serpent of sand and lightning. It struck with thunder. Ryan was thrown back, his weapon lost. But Sira held her ground, impaling one of its wings. She shouted for Ryan to aim for the eyes. He climbed the rocky ridge, hurled his blade through the storm, and struck true. The serpent's shriek echoed for miles before it collapsed, a glowing carcass of glass and ash. They stood together, panting, burned and covered in dust. Sira turned to him. "You could have run." "You didn't." Ryan smiled weakly. "I've learned running doesn't suit me anymore." The storm was dead, but something new was alive between them, fragile yet unbreakable. When they returned, carrying a fang of the fallen serpent, the Vraxian camp erupted in celebration. Rian expected mockery, but none came. Even the children whispered his name with awe. Korthal met them at the gates. His 4 arms were crossed, but his eyes gleamed with pride. "You went to die," he said, "and came back a hunter." He looked at Sira, then at Ryan. "You've done more than beat me, human. You've earned what no one else could, my respect and my daughter's choice." Sira stepped forward, eyes fierce yet warm. "My father speaks true. You fought not for power or pride, but for meaning. That's the heart of a warrior." Ryan smiled. "And maybe of a husband?" Korthal's laugh thundered once more. "Then so be it. But remember, human, if you break her heart, I will break the stars to find you." The crowd roared in joy. Sira reached out one of her hands, then another, intertwining them with his. Ryan looked into her glowing eyes and whispered, "Guess I really did marry the ugliest." She smirked. "And the bravest." Under the burning skies of Jorah, amid cheers and songs, the man who once joked about marrying the ugliest found the fiercest kind of beauty. One, born of courage, scars, and shared battles. He came as a fool, fought as a man, and left as legend. The human who won the heart of the 4-armed. Warrior's daughter.